What's good, family? And welcome back to UTL TV, where we break down the entertainment business and how it's connected to secret societies, magic, science, occult rituals, practices, and even COINTELPRO. You feel me? We're going to speak about intellects like Rashad Jamal, Tupac, Fred Hampton, Prodigy, Kanye West, and even Dr. Malachi Z. York. And that's just to name a few of the revolutionaries who had decided to step away from this satanic system and speak out against the injustice and gift us with knowledge, wisdom, and insight on a wide range of subjects such as history, science, politics, genetics, and the list goes on. And if you know, like I know, the government hates when black men becomes too outspoken. You feel what I'm saying? That's one of their biggest fears, because once the candle is lit, it begins sharing its flame with the rest, bringing enlightenment to the darkness. And if lit long enough, they could cause a fire and burn down this whole matrix. You feel what I'm saying? And the first intellect I want to speak on today is Rashad Jamal, spiritually known as Divine Insight. He, along with brothers like Brian Hayes, Young Pharaoh, or Brother Polite, were among the few who helped 80% of the young generation come into the knowledge of who they were genetically and spiritually, causing a spike in the collective consciousness and ultimately putting a target on their back once they started to have too much influence. Because one thing this system hates is a melanated man with knowledge of self. Facts. Rashad Jamal grew up on the north side of Chicago, 1100 block, same area as rapper Polo G, who grew up on 1300 block, which was dominated by the Mickey Cobras, aka the Black Egyptian Cobras originally, before their founder Mickey Cobwell was murdered by police, and they changed the name to honor him, like a lot of gangs do in Chicago. But back to the story. Rashad Jamal was a gangster disciple who moved under the original format, growth and development, and honored Larry Hoover as a master teacher. Rashad Jamal understood the true history and science that Hoover had documented and was attempting to implement into the laws and literature of the GDs before he was targeted and framed by the government. Rashad Jamal knew that the six-pointed star was the personification of an Adinkra code, or your electromagnetic Merkaba. He understood its connection to the universe, cosmos, your etheric body. He understood that Hoover, along with Jeff Fort, and many more, were subliminally teaching ancient history and science to the members. Why do you think at the beginning in Chicago, all of the gangs you see at war today were once under the same structure called the Main 21, which was symbolized as 21 bricks or stones used to build the pyramid? And what was the pyramid? It was the Almighty People's Nation, and every gang symbolized a brick or a stone used to build this unified conglomerate. And that was until COINTELPRO and the powers that be found out about it and basically destroyed it from the inside out. They wasn't afraid of them organizing and representing what area they lived in. They were afraid of what was being taught and what that could cause if the people caught on. You feel what I'm saying? And if you study the symbolism and literature of these gangs, and then study the symbolism and teachings of ancient Kemet, Egypt, and old Native American culture, you'll begin to see a very familiar connection. You feel me? Why do you think they studied inside the Moor Science Temple of America, even calling each other Mo? What's up, Mo? You know what I'm saying? For short, which derived from the word Moor. And the Moors were the black people who ruled the world thousands of years before the European was even created. Some even backdooring us and assisting the European when they decided to strike back for being enslaved and sold. That's all facts. But let's get back to the story at hand. That's a whole nother breakdown for a whole nother video. You feel me? Rashad Jamal was born November 22nd, 1986 in Chicago, Illinois, where he went through the normal trials and tribulations young black men go through coming from a single parent household. And though he stated many times his mom kept him on top of his education, it just wasn't enough when it comes to the temptation of the streets. Rashad stated his dad was a hard-working man. He just didn't spend a lot of time with him. The only thing he really did do was take care of him financially, buying him shoes, games, and clothes whenever he asked. Rashad eventually ventured out to the streets and began running with the GDs. Being a Sagittarius, he had a love for music and began writing and making his own songs. His first single on Spotify dropping in 2019 titled Pain and Agony. Rashad would continue making music and even leaking with Chicago's own Bo Deal, who helped manage his career at one point in time. He would eventually gain the attention of Atlantic Records, who offered to sign him under a few secret conditions. You get what I'm saying? You know, the usual sex rituals, humiliation rituals. You get what I'm saying? And Rashad Jamal declined. Throwing his rap career to the side, he enrolled in community college for business and picked up a bag to hustle while he attended school. A year later, Rashad would be arrested for gunning a man down in a wild shootout right outside of his school. He would be charged with attempted murder. He would go on to beat the case pro se in trial and found not guilty due to the fact that he was defending himself against the individual from his area who had previously made public threats against him and his mother's life, and even tried carrying out those plans the day he jumped out of a car, firing a weapon at Rashad Jamal outside of the college. Rashad would be released, and soon after he would move to Atlanta and begin to speak out against the industry and the system, also teaching ancient history, quantum physics, and spirituality.
My feed, we ain't in your feed. You get what I'm saying? Get your goofy ass out of here, nigga. You ain't getting the message. You ain't gotta get the message. You get what I'm saying? That's why you're just gonna continue to vibrate low and lower and lower and lower and lower. I bet you probably work a 9 to 5. I bet your ass probably vote. I bet your ass probably pop pills and do all that goofy shit. You don't work out at all. You ain't working on your physique. You're not working on your mind. You're not doing no breathing techniques, man. I don't never get upset. It's called chaos energy, but you wouldn't know about chaos energy or Kundalini energy. Or do you even know about the chakras and their alignments and their placements and what you got to do to unlock certain chakras? Are you aware that you have more than 7 chakras in you? Do you know that there's 33 chakras you can attain? Do you know that there's 114 total? You don't know none of that. You can't elaborate on that. Why you talking about J-Rock? Tell us about the 114 chakras. Goofy. Let's hear about it. Type that. While I roll, you type to the class since you want some attention. Enlighten us. Thank you for being an example to black.
Waking up millions of people all over the world from all races and all walks of life. He, like many others before him, would eventually be targeted again by the elites and framed with kidnapping, child endangerment, having a cult, and even throwing him in the mix of a murder that happened in Alabama, suggesting his influence was to blame. Right now, he is a political prisoner along with Dr. Malachi Z. York, Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover, and many more revolutionaries who have went against this satanic system. And you want to know something even more crazier? All of these great leaders were taken down, backstabbed by their own kind, snaked out, or should I say slimed. Ain't that what these goofies call it today? Yeah, everybody slime. That's why it ain't no love, no trust, no unity, no positive foundation within our communities. Everybody say they gang and say they with the nation, but nobody is following the real laws and literature of these gangs, these quote-unquote gangs. You know what I'm saying? They murdering for it. Like the Bloods, the Black Liberators of Organized Defense. That's what that means. I ain't seen no blood defend or liberate nothing my whole time gangbanging. All they did is and still do today is oppress their own people. Same as the Vice Lords, which stands for Vicious Imperial Conscious Elites. Ain't none of them niggas conscious. Ain't none of them niggas elite. You get what I'm saying? And from what I see, they haven't became the lord of their vices because they high, drunk, and bent on revenge and clout. It's sick. And the same goes for the Crips, the BDEs. You know what I'm saying? Latin Kings, Cobras, Black Peace Stones, etc. All of these organizations was built to defend your communities and teach you ancient history about yourself, your culture, and your people. And due to the social engineering and lack of love that we have for ourselves, because of the lack of knowing and the lack of knowledge we have of ourselves, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about our molecular structure. We don't care about our electromagnetic body, our etheric body. You get what I'm saying? We don't care about our mental. We don't care about ascending consciously. You get what I'm saying? We don't care about ascending as a whole. You know what I'm saying? All we care about is self. We care about the next party. You get what I'm saying? We care about the next bottle. You get what I'm saying? We care about what the guys doing in the hood. You get what I'm saying? We ain't teaching our kids shit. And that's a damn shame. We ain't teaching them nothing. What do your kids know about your molecular structure? Can they break down a cell? Can they break down a membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus? Can they break down the atom, the electron, neutron, protons, the gluons that hold them together? You get what I'm saying? This is basic science. You know what I'm saying? That our ancestors studied and that they understood. You get what I'm saying? But we too focused on murdering each other and frivolous shit. We not focused on ascending mentally and growing and development and developing into kings and gods. Everybody want to say they gods and kings, and you don't even have the knowledge to qualify to sit on any throne. You get what I'm saying? And that's facts. Especially when you would sit, plot, chase down and murder your own brother in cold blood, murder your own sister in cold blood, degrade your sisters on a daily basis, degrade yourself on a daily basis. You get what I'm saying? Because you lack the love for yourself. You lack the knowledge of yourself. You get what I'm saying? And you've been socially engineered to hate yourself and to hate your people. So when you go outside, what that nigga looking at? What that bitch looking at? Fuck them and do it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is aggressive and in a negative nature when it comes to us dealing with our own people. And that's a shame. We done let these people steal our knowledge, steal our land, and systematically murder us off on a daily basis. And you are still jumping your ego and look at Lil Ray and JoJo and them around the corner like they your opposition, like they your enemy. But when the police come, you take off running, you putting your hands up. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. Sound like a goofy to me. Sound like somebody who would kill their young but been trained to fear the slave master. That's what it sound like to me. It don't sound like no gangster. It don't sound like no savage. It don't sound like no stand-up guy. Because a gangster and a stand-up guy to me is somebody who protecting their community, who teaching the kids, who leading the women. You get what I'm saying? That's what's gangster to me. Taking care of the family, protecting the family, protecting the collective consciousness and helping raising it. That's what a gangster is to me. You get what I'm saying? Standing in the face of these haters who be trying to vaccinate us for acting like they gonna save us, feed us rat meat for chicken, miseducating our babies. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out that boy Rashad Jamal. That's what's gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? People like Malcolm X, Che Guevara. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gangster to me. Standing up against this system, not killing your own people. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we're gonna end this off with some positive words by the brother Rashad Jamal. And y'all give me some, send me some messages. Hit me up on Instagram at Julius Armani 999. Hit me up on TikTok at the same thing, Julius Armani 999. And make sure y'all hit that like button and hit that subscribe, man. Get me up there. And let me know what kind of what other stories y'all want me to put out, man. Who y'all want me to talk about, man. What kind of knowledge y'all into, man. And we gon' bounce around, man. We everywhere, man, from the music industry all the way up to the cosmos with this. So, you know, the knowledge is everlasting, man. So y'all stay woke, stay vigilant, and like I say, man, stay aware. UTL TV, I'm out.
Every Fortune 500 company, nigga. Every major brand, Nike, Under Armour, they go for all the motherfuckers, nigga. See, you gotta know what a revolutionary come to do. I didn't say I was a leader. I didn't say I was a martyr. I said I'm a revolutionary, nigga. Do you know what happens to revolutionaries? The same thing that happened to Fred Hampton. He was a revolutionary. Malcolm X was a revolutionary. Martin Luther King was a motherfucking passive-ass sellout. Disinformation agent. Marcus Garvey, revolutionary. Gabriel Prosser, revolutionary. Nat Turner, revolutionary. Toussaint L. Overture, revolutionary. Che Guevara, revolutionary. Fidel Castro. Assata Shakur, the Panther 21, revolutionaries. See, revolutionaries, we ain't just about talking, nigga. Nigga, we want the smoke. That's what make us so dangerous. Fred Hampton is the black messiah who this movie is about. You know why they didn't like him? Because he spoke with all that passion in his voice. All that fire, it came out of his soul. You hear me? This shit came out of his soul like that. You can't fake that. You see what I'm saying? You can't fake that shit. CPD, nigga, they was smoking their ass in Chicago, nigga. Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers in Chicago, and them Black P Stones, and them original motherfucking Latin Kings, nigga. And them original motherfucking Vice Lords, nigga. And them original Supreme Gangsters before they was Gangster Disciples, nigga. Before we was GDs, nigga, and BDs, nigga. We was Supreme Gangsters, nigga. All is one, nigga. Larry Hoover used to be a Stone. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He's the missing brick. Talk to the streets a little bit. Why do you think they call GDs bricks? Who you think the missing brick is? Larry Bernard Hoover, nigga.